Hey there, and welcome to the first video that will be going up on my new channel, which I've yet to name, but by the time this video comes up, there will be a channel name. So look forward to that in further intros, but for my first video, I felt like I should start with one that's close to my heart, and that would be Empire at War, and more specifically, the Thrawn's Revenge mod for Empire at War. Since it just kind of builds out Empire at War so much, goes way deeper than the base game or even the expansion, and it's one that I've been playing for, I don't know, 15 plus years, and I've just enjoyed throughout those 15 years. But for this first video, what I'm going to do is choose one of these historical conflicts underneath the Galactic Conquest, and then just go through and try to win the campaign. It'll be broken out into episodes. Can't do the whole conquest in one video. That'd be hours and hours and hours. But the way I was thinking about doing this was going through each campaign as the Galactic Empire, trying to win it as them, and then on another go through, we'll do the New Republic side and kind of see, how easy it is for each faction, or each of the major factions, and if, you know, uh, if I keep going, we'll try some of these smaller factions. I know there's a bunch of warlords that we could try out. This warlord regional conflict, as they label it, is pretty interesting. You got three major warlords that are all just duking it out in the deep core. You can play as where are they? The Empire of the Hand in a couple of these, both in the large galaxy or full galaxy or the Kamas Crisis. And you can play as the Hutts if you wanted to, or just looks like the Hutts, but yeah, here you go. You can play as like Jin, who from the expansion of this game, you'll know who that is in some of these regional conflicts. But for now, we're going to start with the historical conflicts. Going to start as the Galactic Empire. Just go through, see if we can win this. See how long it takes us. Hopefully not too long, but should be a fun campaign. So let's just jump right into it. We're going to start at the Lambda sector. It says here, should be easy. Should be easy for both the New Republic and us, the Empire. But we'll see once we get in there. So, without further ado, I'm just going to leave it on Captain, which is, medium. And we'll go from there. It's going to load in here for a sec. It's got to generate a bunch of planets that aren't in the base. Well, some of them are in the base game, but most of these will not be. They greatly increased the galactic map. And then here we get to pick our Imperial faction. We can either pick the Lambda sector or Imperial Naboo. And what do I want to go with? I feel... Who is this? Play the Galactic... Let's just go with the Lambda sector and see what happens. Just pop it up. Alright, it's loading in here. Chaos from the Emperor's death proved worse than I feared. We've had to lay quiet while the rebels run rampant, but they are concerned with other parts of the galaxy now. Scouts have been finding their weakness, and our time to strike is fast approaching. Sweet. That's just what I read through, is up here, but here that is right there. Let's see, your faction will achieve victory if all planets are conquered, or we take all 3 or 4 level shipyards. Can trigger an early victory. I'm always going to be trying to go for this primary objective. We want total conquest, no mercy for rebels and warlords that run amok in this galaxy, but let's get into it. Gonna turn on the shipyards and defense levels for each system. Also can see the credits. And then this green little sector right here is gonna be us. These white planets are mostly warlords or kind of like independent factions. These, I don't know, teal are an imperial warlord faction that actually can do stuff. The white ones just defend the planets. Those blue ones can actually conquer planets. Same with this Camino. It's another imperial faction that can conquer planets if they so feel. We got the Hutts up here. We got some New Republic forces around Bothwy. Some Hutts down here. Ryloth is a rebel. Looks like we got Mandalorians down here and Shogun. Alright, so at least we've got all of our forces kind of put together here. Don't have to worry about trying to concentrate them or bring them together, reorganize them. But let's get into it. Let's just put our fleets together.
Moving to coordinates.
Because we only really have... Yeah, we barely have enough for like one actual fleet. We're going to put this little ship here as our first little jump into the battle. And then we can drag the rest in afterwards if you don't know how the game or how this mod works. Let's take a look at some of our planets. Okay, we want to make sure we've got taxes built on most of these because as you can see, we don't make too much income. We make about 2,000 credits net per turn. And we can't really build too many ships at the moment. We only got a level 2 space station as kind of our big shipyard, so can't build too much of a fleet. The only Star Destroyers we have is going to be this Imperial 2, and this guy has an Allegiance Battlecruiser, which is like a bigger Star Destroyer, just no hangar bay, so doesn't have any support fighters. But we're going to build some mining factories there. We're going to build one here. Build a light factory. And then we'll build some mining factories there as well. So let's see. We've got our fleet together. Where do we want to attack first? We can attack down here and take some of these 3 planets. If you notice, they only got a space station level. They don't have any ground defenses like Rendelia up here. It's got a level 2 or 2 structures on the ground. These just have either 3 or 2 structures in space. So if we win the space battle, we'll conquer those planets. So they might be some, you know, good early targets, especially since they're, you know, independent warlords. They won't be attacking us back. We don't have to worry about them trying to counterattack us. So I think we're going to head down to Vergesso asteroids and try to take them out. Ooh, they got kind of they got a nice imperial or a nice stack there.
Enemy forces ahead.
So let's jump in. You'll notice we jumped in our first ship. We don't have anything else yet. We're going to call in the rest of our fleet and kind of hope that we can pick these guys off. So something I know, the white faction, they just go straight attack. They don't care about staying back here with their space defenses, so we're going to let them come up a little bit. Kind of choose your reinforcements. You know, draw them out, and then call in our fleet.
Order confirmed. Flank speed. Understood. I copy. Confirmed. Right way.
You know, there's probably a better way to structure this fleet, but I do not know it, so I'm just calling them in, all right on top of each other. Let's see, we're taking out this Providence destroyer. It's nice these guys still have some Clone Wars era ships.
The lasers
We're going to try
are
to
our
take
target.
this out.
Our target priority is the laser cannons.
We're taking control of this Imperial 2 at the moment. We're going to try to take out as many of these ships as possible.
Commander, they're hitting us.
He's headed your direction. Coming back around.
Most of our ships are doing good. We've lost the shields on our hero,
Eliminating
Mr.
target.
Par Lankin,
Target locked.
Get behind them.
but he should hold out. We have this ship right here, the Star Galleon. You'll notice it has a big ring around it, unlike these.
For another run.
This is kind of like a healer ship, so if the ship is in there, it can heal some of these hard points. Obviously, if they keep taking them out, it won't heal back broken ones. So if it gets progressively damaged, we won't be able to bring a ship back. But
Star Destroyer reporting in.
against these fighters, we shouldn't worry about losing anything.
Getting a lock.
We did lose one of our acclimators.
Engaging the enemy.
Let's do this.
Formation. Star Destroyer
Awaiting command.
Let's bring these guys up.
Enemies in range.
Don't really have any anti-fighter
Let's finish him.
damage except for this ship, so we're gonna bring him in,
Eliminating
sped it up a little bit, so that's why things might be
intercepting.
jittering all over the screen. We're gonna hope
Attack formation.
that since we brought this guy in, we can try to take out most of these fighters.
Target locked.
We want to take out these bombers because they damage shields at a higher rate than just these normal fighters.
Gunship reporting. Forming up.
It seems like we've pretty much taken care of that, so we're gonna
Navigating to coordinate.
move these guys forward.
Awaiting your orders.
They're gonna get those fighters are gonna get distracted by our fighters, and then these are gonna be our two
Moving to coordinate.
attacking ships.
Batteries online. Direct fire
We're
at
gonna
their laser
take
cannons.
this one out first. This is a Golan structure. There's a level 1 and a level 2.
Attack.
We're gonna need to take all of these out if we hope
Holding fire for
to
maximum effect.
take this sector.
Battle cruiser
TIE
operational.
interceptor.
Now that these guys are
Course
pretty
set.
good, we're gonna bring in our
For the
fighters, just
Empire.
have them
Your
attack.
command, sir. Order confirmed.
Let's move up our Star Destroyer, see if it can get soak some of the damage so that we don't lose Prost here.
Coming
We're gonna
around.
move this guy
Weapons
up.
ready. Commander.
Star Destroyer to take out the shipyard.
We are victorious.
Boom, there we go. Did lose an acclimator, but we took out all these guys right here, and we conquered the planet, so
Planetary control achieved.
I consider that a good start. Let's see, what does this say? New Republic traitors killed my only son. Only by serving under you do I have any chance to take my revenge. So that right there, every now and then, depending on, it's either dependent on what territories you conquer or how many territories you conquer, you'll get the chance to recruit more heroes to your side.
Construction complete.
And they'll pop up with those little things like it just did. So we can recruit the Garros 4 group, give us Karner and Zakar, who are heroes. So let's do that. Hope they
Building
can
started.
replenish our fleet, and then we're going to build up
Construction complete.
this asteroid system so that
Construction
we have a
complete.
defense here.
Research complete.
Because we're not going to keep our
Under
fleet here
construction.
forever. We're going to need to keep conquering this part of the galaxy. So let's see. Okay, they're both ground guys. Ooh, this guy gives a 15% discount. If you look over underneath his little, I don't know, background biography, that pops up there.
Complete.
If you look at traits, he's got Overseer, which is minus 15, so he can make products cheaper. So let's bring him up here. And we might want to just tag him along with these guys
Constructing.
so that as these guys conquer planets, he can stay with them. Things will be cheap when we first start building.
Building started.
What was this guy? This guy is a
Construction
Bantha
complete.
skiff? Okay, interesting.
Construction complete.
Alright, so we've built this up. We can build a defense station to go
Building
along
started.
with our shipyards. We'll do that just in case. And then I think we're gonna, next target is gonna just keep taking these guys out. These space only territories. Well, actually, we did lose a couple of things, so we might want to add to our fleet real quick. We need some anti-fighter. Let's see what we've got here. Let's slow it down. These guys are definitely anti-fighter, but I think I'd prefer to use these.
Constructing unit.
So we're going to build a couple of
Unit
those.
in production.
And then I think I want some heavier ships too. Acclimators, they're okay, but I prefer to have some victories in there
Unit.
just to soak up some damage. And then the best ship that we could possibly build is going to be this Prosecutor.
Unit in production.
Star Destroyer, which is like a mid-sized ship between a victory and an actual Star Destroyer. So I think we'll build one of those as well, so we can add to the fleet.
Cruiser reporting.
So let's build them up. Almost done.
Cruiser reporting.
I think our best strategy might just be to wipe out this sector first, make sure we've got it locked down before we turn our attention over here and have to deal with the Hutts and the New Republic. There's only 2 planets held by the New Republic. Most of these are warlords or imperial
Cruiser reporting.
factions, so I think
Coming about.
we focus on them so that these blue teal guys don't grow out of, grow too big. New Republic can kind of worry about fighting the Hutts for a while. Alright, so we've got our fleet all pulled together here. Let's go in for a second battle. Okay. Alright, let's begin.
We've located the enemy.
Choose your
Okay,
reinforcements.
they don't got too much. They've got a couple MC-30s. They've got an assault frigate 2, a couple of Nebulons, a couple of Marauders, and then a bunch of fighters. Alright, so I think, as you'll notice, unlike the white faction, these guys don't just rush towards me, so I can't really draw them out as easily. We don't want to be too close because then that Golan can kind of, provide supporting fire. We don't want that, so we're just going to drop our fleet out here.
Destination confirmed. We're on our way. We'll be there shortly. Coming around.
We're just going to
Choose
see
your
what happens.
reinforcements.
Okay, we've dragged them out. We've dragged out about half of them. They still have those MC-30s back there. That assault frigate's down already, which is nice. This ship is pretty overpowered. You'll see it's got a bunch of turbo lasers, just riddled all over it. No hangar bay, so it doesn't come with any fighters. That's the downside. So, if it was just by itself, it could easily be overwhelmed.
Choose your reinforcements.
Let's put these Carracks in there too, and then a couple of those anti-fighter ships that I wanted.
Narrowing position.
Alright, looks like they're going to retreat. We're just going to let them. We don't need to destroy their whole fleet just yet, but we will take the planet from them. It's too easy.
Planetary control
There we go.
achieved.
Oh, we've got another guy. Narel Balrek. Vorel may be a general, but he lacks the sheer... what? The she to lead our troops? In this new era, you need someone... Okay, it didn't even really say. But we can build a new person. The Arda 1 group gives us Narel Balric and Vorl. So that might be a good idea to do. Let's
Building
build
under
the space
construction.
station here. You'll notice when it's green, that means it's kind of discounted.
Construction complete. Beginning construction.
Let's build up the shipyard. Build up another level of defense, just in case. Oh,
Tactical battle
someone
imminent.
invaded us. It's the New Republic. Up on Endo Prime. We don't have a Golan. We can try to defend, maybe take out a ship or two, get our fleet back up there, but it's going to be very difficult. We don't have a ground-to-space weapon, so we can't pick them off. And we don't have too much of a defense. We just got this Golan 1, which is a small little defense platform. We're going to have to hope that maybe we could take out that cruiser or this little dreadnought assault frigate right there.
Space station imminent.
Instructions received.
Moving to sector.
Engines activated.
Commencing attack run.
Setting up my
Changing
run.
course to intercept.
Alright, let's just try to take out some of these ships in general.
Closing on target.
Alright, we've taken out a couple of them.
Station ready. Primary target acquired. Locked on.
Interceptor squad reporting.
Let's grab those. Okay, these guys just don't want to listen.
Calling out a formation.
Oh, they got a heal ship.
Can't switch position.
Okay, yeah. There wasn't much we can do. We destroyed a couple of these MC-30s, which is nice, but they still got their
I'm hit.
major ships. Shipyard has like no defenses. It's really just to defend against starfighters.
Tactical battle imminent.
Oh shit, and they already brought a landing force. It's a bunch of infantry. They do have some hover tanks and some speeder wings, and then they do have a general who's in some combat speeders. I mean, all we have is a barracks, so we'll get some stormtroopers and whatnot, but we don't.
Reporting. Full systems
We'll get some. What are these as well? We'll get some AT-PT walkers, but we won't have
We've captured a command.
too much to defend the planet with.
Turret constructing.
Is online. Yes, sir.
Construction complete.
Brigade standing by.
Construction complete.
Put you there.
Scan is active. Secondary position. ATPT moving out. Form up. This way. Move. A command post.
The enemy is approaching.
Attack. Building start.
All right, guys. Take cover.
Our base is under attack.
Secondary position. What is your wish, sir?
Turret constructing.
Build anti-air because I know they have those things.
Construction complete.
ATPT ready, sir. Closing in, sir.
Turret constructing.
Personal transport stands by.
We can just keep building defenses. That would be
Moving to position. Away.
We've lost the command post.
Ready for recon.
Turret constructing.
yeah, that wasn't really working. Let's bring these guys down here.
Take cover.
Unit destroyed.
Okay, yeah, they're just wiping us. They're just wiping us.
Destroyed.
They slowly overwhelm. Okay, there's nothing we can really do. Oh god. This is why I hate ground battles in this
System
game.
lost.
Much more interested in space battles.
Allegiance moving to destination.
But oh well, we're gonna have to go and conquer back
Researching.
Tactical battle
this
imminent.
planet. We can at least take the fleet, we know that. It wasn't too large. We do have some of our ground forces around here we can take in to take it back.
The enemy has been spotted.
So let's jump in.
Choose your reinforcements.
And then we're just gonna go straight in. We don't
Heading to
care.
destination. Right away.
Nope, not that guy. It's the
Reinforcements
ground.
canceled.
Moving out.
We're
Heading
just
out.
gonna overwhelm them with a bunch of our heavy ships.
Reporting in. Targeting at maximum firepower.
Power, and we already did it. We already destroyed their entire fleet. Alright. Let's...
Transmission received.
On my way.
Construction complete.
I don't like using our heroes in battles, especially when it's just a minor battle like this.
Invasion commencing.
So let's go. Oh shit, well, I had one of the ground heroes in space. He's the guy that gives
Choose your reinforcements.
Destination is acknowledged.
come on,
Building under
discount on all planets,
Enemy unit sighted.
but I don't
awaiting
like
your
bringing them
orders.
into battles unless I've got a lot of supporting troops, because once they die, they're dead.
Get information now. Affirmative.
Let's just go and do what the rebels did to us.
One kill.
Yes, Commander.
Go take all of these.
I await your instructions. Men, prepare for assignment.
Picking up secondary position.
Move out.
Construction complete.
Get information now.
Choose your reinforcements. Reinforcements canceled.
Inputting coordinates. On my way.
Just looking at a bunch of reinforcements.
Keep going.
Yes, sir. Your orders? Destination is acknowledged. Standing by.
Troop carrier, ready to pick up soldiers, sir. Deployment zone ahead. I shall contact you when we arrive, sir.
Let's go back over here.
Choose your reinforcements. At maximum unit
Bring some
capacity.
troops down.
Turret constructing.
Okay, they're retreating. Alright, we did it. We lost two
System
stormtrooper
control achieved.
platoons. We still got our heavy troops, which is good.
Building
Let's build
started.
back our ground stuff, and then
Building
start building
started.
back our space defense as well. Alright, well, not too bad for our first
Building
foray
under
into this
construction.
campaign. We took a couple of planets. We had to fight to take one of our planets back. Kind of crippled us because that is one of our mining planets. You can see we can build a mining facility. So our income took a little hit there. But all in all, I'd say successful first episode. So I'm going to call it there. And I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching. And if you enjoyed, please don't forget to like and subscribe, or just comment and tell me how you felt. But yeah, thank you very much. Bye.